Good morning. So this is today's morning meeting for September 30th. It's our last day in September. Tomorrow will be October. So we're going to go over today's schedule and then some quick tips for our math assignment. And then we are going to review the Colonial Journal, which you're going to add today, and then go over some Mexican Heritage Month slides. And then after you guys finish watching this video, it's super important that you listen and read along with the one and only Ivan here, okay? And then our 12 o'clock Zoom is going to be some questions from understanding the story. We are also going to make sure you go to that meeting though, and you guys remember, if you guys go, you guys get to participate in Friday's game day, and I'll be giving out a gift card to whoever wins our game that we do. Okay, so make sure you guys come back at 12 o'clock to do that morning meeting. All right, I'm going to go down to Wednesday's side. So like usual, I ready math for 20 minutes, I ready reading for 20 minutes. We don't have any new vocabulary, so if you completed the vocabulary yesterday, then you don't have anything to do for vocabulary. Make sure that you guys are reading for at least 20 minutes and filling out your reading log. For Seesaw, or for today's work, you guys are going to complete a Seesaw activity. And I'll show you what that looks like. So it's a sort on even and odd numbers. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. So all you're going to do is take these numbers here and you're going to sort them. Either they're going to be a prime number, so a number that can only be divided by itself and 1, or it's going to be a composite number, or whose factors are 1 and the number, or a composite number, okay? And you guys can try to remember some of the strategies that we used the other day. And so if you need to or want to, you can go back to Tuesdays and you can pull up the hundreds chart that we worked on, which we highlighted all the composite numbers, then anything in white was the prime numbers. So you guys can use this to help you with this, okay? But there's some strategies that you can use well. One of the strategies being, let me go up to seesaw activity. Remember, anything even is a composite number, so I would drag that over here, okay? So think of different strategies that we used to get our prime numbers and composite numbers for this chart, but you also may use that chart. Then when you're done, you're going to add 3 of your own to each column. So 3 numbers, 3 prime numbers, 3 composite numbers to your own. And so you would just press this button here and you would just type your number in, okay? So whatever number that's not here, you're going to use to put it either on your composite numbers or your prime numbers. And you can make this bigger once you do the numbers, okay? You can kind of make it smaller so it fits too. You could change the color if you want, all right? So that is your math. So use those resources that we have, from previous. Remember, to get there, you can either go to math and find prime and composite puzzle, I think that's what it's under, or you can just go to Tuesdays and click questions. All right, so I'm going to go back to Wednesdays. So here's your seesaw activity. You go up to the Tuesday slide, you can get that chart that we worked on. All right, and then after, remember you should be doing how of math so you can work on Prodigy. Kind of went through this. 12 o'clock, we're going to be doing the one and only Ivan. We're going to do a pair deck like we did yesterday. And I'm not really following the questions from here because after reading it yesterday, I realized that I just didn't care for the questions. So we're going to do a little bit, but you don't have to worry about completing those. If you go to the 12 o'clock meeting, then you don't have to worry about completing this page for your novel study. I'll mark it as I know that you're there because I can see who is there during that meeting. But if you do not come to the meeting, then you're going to have to complete the novel study or the understanding the story in the novel study, okay? So if you click here too, it's going to take you to Google Classroom, and I'm going to put the slides that have me reading the story in here as well. So if you haven't done that, just like here, you could click it here too on our announcement page. Okay, so make sure that you do that sometime today before 12 o'clock. All right, social studies, research roles and occupations. So you guys are going to find your research, or you're going to determine what your role or occupation is for your character. Remember, even if you are a girl, you can make a boy character. If you're a boy, you can make a girl character. It's just you're creating a fictional character, you're creating a fake character. So you could do anything you want, all right? So yesterday you should have filled out this top part and answered these two questions. Now we're just going to find a role or a job. And I linked some ways you can do that. So remember on page 14, this is going to take you to our book. There talk about different roles and occupations in there. But you can also click here. It's going to take you to the website that we used to complete our chart. Okay, so this has some good information to it as well. So you can come down here and it's going to talk about some jobs and stuff. So you'd have to kind of read through here and find the job you think you want for your fictional character. Okay, so use these resources to determine that. And then once you find it, you're just going to write it in right here. Okay, so pretty easy for that. And then you're going to watch and write notes. So we are completing more notes in our science journals. So make sure that you guys are watching and following along, pausing to catch up, and writing the correct format. Okay, make sure that you're doing 2-column notes. That's what we're practicing. All right, so that is all we have for today for our schedule. All right, so now we are going to go through our slides. So yesterday we learned about some Hispanic artists. They were both from Mexico and they were actually husband and wife. Now we are going to learn about some Hispanic musicians. So the first one is Gloria Estefan, and she is originally from Cuba. Um, so she was born in Havana, Cuba in 1957. I'm not sure when she came to the United States, but she's still alive, so that's why we don't have a date here. Her occupation is a vocalist, pop and salsa music. So she sang pop and salsa music. So she was part of the Miami Sound Machine and is married to Emilio Estefan. I think he's also in the Sound Machine too. She has collaborated with Cecilia Cruz, who we'll meet next, Jose Feliciano, Stevie Wonder, and others. On Your Feet, the musical, is about her and Emilio's life and is presently on international tour. Okay, so so there is a musical about her life, and it's called On Your Feet. All right, Cecilia Cruz. She is also Cuban. So she was born in Havana, Cuba in 1925, and she passed away in 2003 in Fort Lee. Um, I don't know what that stands for. United something. We'll have to look that up. Let's look that up actually. I don't know what that is abbreviated for. Let's see. What is E? Is means USA in Spanish. Oh, okay. Estudados. All right. So EEUU is Estados Unidos. Probably saying that wrong. Sorry, guys. But good to know. So she was born in Cuba and then she died in Fort Lee in the United States. Okay. Occupation vocalist, and she sang salsa music. And I'm pretty sure you guys know some of her songs because I was familiar with them. She sang with the group Sonora Mantecera after the Castro Revolution. So Fidel Castro was the leader. He was a dictator in Cuba. She left to Mexico. So when he took reign, he kind of changed everything in Cuba. So a lot of people fled. and then she went to the United States. She collaborated with Tito Puente, who we'll meet next, and others, and awakened worldwide interest in Latin music, known as a queen of salsa and saying as cuar. You guys gotta help me. Gotta help me pronounce these. Maybe tomorrow you can kind of help me out. All right, our next person is Tito Puente, Ernesto Antonio Puente. He was originally from, or he's from Puerto, or his origins is Puerto Rican, and he was born and raised in New York. So he's born in 1923 and died in 2000, and he's from New York. He is a composer and percussionist. So percussionist means he's a drummer. Composer means that he creates and writes music. He was one of the greatest figures of mambo, jazz, and salsa, known as the king of the timbales and the king of Latin music. All right, a little bit easier. All right, and so here you guys can come to our schedule and listen to Gloria Estefan, Cecilia Cruz, and Tito Puente. And I'm curious to know, I'll ask you during our 12 o'clock meeting too, if you guys were familiar with any of these musicians' music. All right, I'm sure you guys have been. All right, then. And so that is it for our morning meeting. You guys are going to be working asynchronously. So asynchronous. Oh my goodness, I am getting tongue-tied all over the place today. All right, so you guys are going to work independently until our 12 o'clock meeting, and I hope to see you then. Bye, guys.